Hello everyone, this is Mastermind Gaming here, bringing you a new series that I'm going to start up on my channel, I think, and it's going to be about Pokemon, and this is going to be the first couple I'm going to do is just going to be some of my favorite Pokemon that I've thought of, they're just always amazed me, and the first one that we're going to look at here is, of course, going to be Muck. Muck's one of my favorite Pokemon. I think he's just really interesting, and he's always had my eye ever since the first generation. So, he's just a pure poison typing, and that actually works out really well since he is a tank. And he's only weak to ground and psychic. Ground is kind of common, psychic not so much, and he's resistant to fighting, poison, bug, grass, and fairy. And fairy's a big player right now, so it can actually work out really well having this poison type on your team, especially being a tank. Now, let's hop in over here to Pokemon Showdown and show you a couple of sets that I have. Now, the very first set I have here is kind of an interesting one. It's just a bulky physical sweeper, as you can see. Basically, you're going to max out the HP, you're going to max out the defense, go with the defensive nature, and then you're going to go down with an impish nature. And then we're going to run Assault Vest on it and have Poison Touch as an ability. Poison Touch has the ability to where every one of its contacts moves has a 30% chance of poisoning. And Assault Vest here increases your special defense by 1.5 times, but you can only select damaging moves. So, now that you can see here, we got Power Up Punch, and it has a 100% chance to raise your attack by 1. So, that's going to be your physical move, and all of Muck is basically physical attacks because his physical attack is so much higher than his special attack, so every one of his moves you really want to be physical. And the Power Up Punch gives you an ability that allows you to raise your attack and be able to use Assault Vest. Because Assault Vest you can only select damaging moves, so Power Up Punch is a damaging move, and it lets you raise up your stats as well. So if you can get a Power Up Punch or 2 off on him, then you're going to be set, because that's like a Swords Dance if you get 2 of them off. Then you're going to follow a Shadow Sneak, and Shadow Sneak's going to help take care of your psychic weakness itself, actually, and it goes first as priority usually. So you will have a 40 base power ghost move, except with Power Up Punch, hopefully you'll got 1 or 2 in before it, and you'll be able to do some pretty good damage on any psychic person, because most of psychic are special defensive tanks anyways. Then we're going to come over here to Ice Punch, and it has a 10% chance to freeze a target, and don't forget that you also have Poison Touch over here, so every time you do any of these moves, you do a Power Up Punch, and you have a 30% chance you're going to poison him with a Power Up Punch. You do Shadow Sneak, same thing, Ice Punch is going to follow, but you have a 10% chance to freeze, and then a 30% chance to poison. So you have a pretty good chance you're going to do something to him. And then, coming down here to Poison Jab, it's going to be your Stab. It's got 80 base power with 100% accuracy. So with the Stab and with the Poison Touch, you have 30% chance to poison with an additional 30% chance. So you have 2 separate 30% chances. You're pretty much always going to poison them at least within 2 hits. So this is kind of the first set, and I think it works out pretty well. Coming over here to the second set, a little more tanky, not so outright fighting with him. You're going to run Black Sludge on him. It recovers your health just like leftovers. We got Poison Touch again, and then you have Toxic, so that way you can Toxic them. You got Acid Armor, and then that increases your defense by 2. And then if you look over here, our stat setup is actually going to be max HP, max special defense with a special defensive nature of Careful. We've got 328 on the defense. That's an insane amount. And then we have 186, which is okay, but whenever you use Acid Armor, you're going to raise it by 2 stages, so you're going to have a pretty nice sized defense, and then you're going to use Minimize, and this is just going to pull off a whole bunch of shenanigans here, because with your evasiveness going up that fast, I think that if they do hit you, they're not going to hit you very hard, so you're pretty much set really with the Black Sludge healing you like all the time. And then you have Body Slam, and the reason I went with Body Slam instead of anything else, you could go with something like Gunk Shot if you wanted to do something along those lines, but Body Slam has a 30% chance to paralyze, and then Poison Touch has a 30% chance of poisoning, so I feel like if they're immune to Toxic, at least you can Body Slam them, and you'll either get the Poison or Paralyze off, and you can kind of work them down from there. So that's kind of why I went with that. Now, with Muck here again, we went with a I went with minimize, mean look, so you can trap them in, and you toxic them, mean look them, and then after that you minimize, and basically you just do a whole bunch of shenanigans from there. They won't be able to hit you very often, and you can just rest, sleep for 2 turns. They're probably going to miss you either one or both of those turns. You run the ability Stench, so that way whenever you do hit them, you have a chance to, well, no, I don't know why I have Stench on there actually. You probably want to run Sticky Hold, so that way they wouldn't be able to knock off your Black Sludge. Your Black Sludge would heal you. You got rest, nice minimized. Over here we have Muck again. We got minimized, stockpile, toxic, and pain split. Now with this right here, I think that running a good minimize amount, good against stockpile go, toxic, and then pain split when your health gets too low. Your Black Sludge will keep on healing you. Again, I don't know why Stench is on here, so we're gonna run probably Sticky Hold again. So basically you're trying to toxic them. The only problem is if they're of a steel type or something that you're going to get toxic walls and you won't be able to do anything. So your whole setup's pretty much going to go to waste, other than you have pain split to kind of bring them down a little bit before you switch out. Now coming over here is the last set that I have, and basically it's probably one of my more favorite sets. I think it's really interesting, and you're going to have Sticky Hold again with Black Sludge. You're going to run toxic. And then you're going to run stockpile, and you're going to get a couple stockpiles off while they're toxic. Then you're going to have venom drench, and venom drench is a kind of a different move that not a lot of people know about, and it lowers their attack, special attack, and speed by 1. So you can use it on them twice, and they'll have their attack, special attack, and speed lowered by 2. By this time, you're going to have stockpile and this venom drench going, and they're pretty much done from the toxic. They're not going to be able to hurt you. Body slam them down if you need to, and then you got Black Sludge to heal you up. I think that's probably the best sets that I could probably think of, and let me like and let me know what you thought of it. See you in the next one.